Hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. There might be some noise in the background. I think one of my roommate is sleeping and is also watching a TV. As you can see right now, I just got home. It's almost 12 o'clock and I need to make a video as soon as I can, and hopefully I can upload the video to YouTube before it turns 12, because I have to make sure that I record a video before the midnight. Today, this video is gonna be 15 minutes, so it's not gonna be quicker, but it's gonna be, I have to record 15 minutes, and before I can take shower. So today I woke up in the morning at the same time, 7:30, and then I was able to take shower, catch the bus, and I was able to go to school on time. So I've been consistent again. Today it is the 16th, so it's the first Monday of October. All right, I now sound like a journalist where I can keep in touch with all the dates and times. So first Monday of the month and first 6 days of the month of October. And today it is the day that I had an exam. I had midterms in the macroeconomics, and I'm gonna share about that in a minute. But for now, let me talk about what I did today. So I went to school, and I really didn't have motivations because on Friday I had an event, which I also had about the same breakdown the whole day. I was busy organizing, monitoring. Then I mentioned about this in the video, and I went to the cocktail happy hour. I wasn't sober for the whole day. Then on Saturday, I spent the day looking for a place to stay. I went to the gym, then came back home. I was very tired, so I had to sleep. And on Sundays, I went to hiking, and I was extremely tired. When I got home, I had to sleep. And so today is Monday. So when I went to school, I also did not fit the motivation, but lucky one of my friends, an international student, took me to the dining hall, and I had some food. Like I ate a ton of food. So because I had an exam, I had three things today. I had homework that is due tonight, which luckily I submitted on time. So I should be doing homework now instead of making this video, because it's due at 11:59. But because I did the homework earlier, so now I don't have to do what about homework anymore. Then I had a research question, which was supposed to think about this question today with me and my team, 4 people on the team. But I did not do the research question, because I had an exam, so I had to study for an exam. And I reviewed all the notes, as I've been mentioning before, including the models that we've been studying, which is the SOAR/SWAM model, which assumes that for every output, the output requires production function, which is y is equal to the technology multiplied by capital multiplied by labor. And then we also have the diminishing marginal or the depreciations of capital and diminishing return on labor, which is alpha and beta. So knowing that formula, which I studied on Saturday and Friday, it did help me today. So today when I was reviewing, I realized that we've been studying the whole month. We've been studying the same model. So we studied the SOAR/SWAM model. And below that, we studied two types of model, which falls under the category, which is the exogenous model and endogenous model. The exogenous model talks about the investments in the capital and how when you increase the capital, it affects the investment, which it affects the technology, which increases innovations. Then the endogenous model talks about the internal, so the employees focusing on the capital, on labor, by improving the human capital or human technology. So today I just reviewed those things, and then after having dinner, my brain came back to life. I was able to remember so many things, and also reviewing every single day. Writing articles, going to these conferences did help me a lot, because the point of studying economics or any master's degree at all is to be able to apply these things to real life. So the fact that I'm getting involved, I read the news, I read the statistics, and other things, it helped me to remember those things and actually have the ability to apply them to the real world. So let me put the camera backwards so you can see me better. So as I was studying, I was able to kind of see that all the time we've been studying the source-sum model, the exogenous model, and endogenous model, and then we studied about the PIH, which is the permanent income hypothesis, which is the topic that I don't understand fully because it's a new topic, but also it is related to those other models, and it's a brand new topic that came up in 1990s, so still brand new. And then at 4:30, I joined the professor. I went to his office hours. I highly recommend, if you're watching this video as a student, don't be afraid to go to the professor and ask them questions. I don't fully know about the undergrad, because when I was in undergrad, I had a hard time accessing professor's office hours. Every time I went there was somebody in there talking and crying, and then it would take hours. So I didn't have a chance to speak to professor and get to understand them. But what I know is that in a graduate program, especially for a small university like Catholic university that I go to, in the master's program, you have access to professor, which is wonderful. So I went to ask him, and he was able to explain to me. He drew the graph and explain to me the source-sum model, and how and the endogenous model and the exogenous model, and how they apply to these things. So I was able to think about them. I was able to ask about the policy implications and how nations should be able to invest money, encourage savings, and how nations don't converge. And during the exam, I had a fully confidence. Usually, I don't think I did 100% grade, but normally in my whole career, educational career, I've always had a mental breakdown every time I take an exam, because I study, I cramp, I understand everything, but during the exam, it's just forget, everything runs away immediately. But in this particular exam, even if I didn't know the topic, I had something to say about it. And I think it has to do with two things. Number one is how I wrote the article recently about technology, about the unemployment rate, about the AI, about the labor, about the policies, and these things can help you become more critical thinking. Help you check in an interview for a job. So when I was answering this question is on a paper, I did not have mental breakdown, even though I didn't know every single details from the notes from the research papers. It was such a wonderful thing to be able to recall some of the key factors, some of the key points, and also have an intuition behind it. Now I didn't now really remember all the mathematical formulas and graphs, but was able to remember some few, like the cost of capital, the steady states and those things, and it was such a wonderful thing today, and I was really grateful. I didn't have enough time because I wanted to make sure that I can crush out the entire exam, especially in the first few questions. There were 6 questions, and each question had 5 questions. You have to choose 2, and each question had about another 5 questions. So I was able to answer, and then you have to write down all the details and everything, and explain the policy implications and what you think about it. So I think I did great. I think I was totally fine, and I hope that I will be okay. So when I finished the exam, me and my team, we are in the same research paper, we actually walked to a nearby bar, and we just had margarita and wonderful fajita, Mexican food, the burrito and rice and beef and some vegetables right? And we're able to enjoy this wonderful meal as we chatted and talked about things and discussed how stressful it was, and but we are grateful that it was done. And after that, we went to another bar. I had a wine in another bar, and my friends had other types of alcohol. Other friends joined us, and we enjoyed it until 9 o'clock. About 9:30, I jumped on a train. That's the beautiful of being in DC. You don't have to drive. Jumped on a train and just got here right now. So I got here right at 11:30, which is why I'm recording this video immediately before it hits 12. So as you can see, maybe you cannot notice this, but I'm not sober, so a little bit drunk, but not drunk to fall on the ground. But I'm okay, I'm fine. This is the beauty of sort of having that food, like being fed. And so a friend of mine, I want to shout out to Sean. Sean bought me some wine, and I appreciate him, and hopefully he's gonna see this video in the future. He's gonna know that I really appreciate him. Having like a friend on a team in a graduate program, pay for your wine, pay for a drink, is such a pleasure. It's such a wonderful thing. So I saw some jobs on Washington Metro Transit Authority website. It's such a good thing that I can remember the whole name for the AWTMA, whatever that is. And I'm thinking about applying because I've been speaking to the recruiter and they told me to apply. So I hope I'm gonna apply and get a job, like an internship, and start working because I need the money. But overall, the exam was fine. I'm not gonna complain about it, to be honest. And even if I complain, it's already done. So I hope I did great. And my hope is that this is going to sort of push me getting a master's degree. It's not something I've thought about in the past, but the fact that I'm in a journey to get a master's degree is absolutely something I never even dreamed of. And it's the second month in a master's degree. Like before this exam, I really thought about dropping out, but I was like, nah, because when you wrote a statement, I detailed how I need this degree, how it has been my goal, and my goal is to have my family come here and celebrate me walking the stage. Something that I didn't have a chance to do when I was in California because it's too far. I could not fly my family. To have costed me like $5,000 to ship them to California, plus housing and place to stay. It cost me like $10,000. My families are not rich enough to afford all those things. So, but if I graduate here in a master's program, they are able to travel, drive, come and see me here, which is wonderful. And plus, this is going to be a master's program, so it's another level higher than the undergrad. So again, I am really, really grateful, and the fact that I'm able to now grasp and get the ingredients of Washington DC, and then see the communities, see the people, networking, and all that stuff. It's teaching me something new that I didn't know. I get to enjoy the ideas. I get to get these new things that I'm not used to. So my goal is that, my appreciation is that today's exam is done. With the midterm is like the exam that you get in the middle of the term. It can feel so much stressed, but once you knock that out, it's sort of like it's gone. So get free done, and when you do great, that's wonderful. So again, I'm grateful that I'm here, grateful that I'm home. And this also I want to mention this before the video ends. The fact that I got home late reminds me that I need to move closer to campus, because if I was close to campus, I wouldn't have to worry about getting home faster, walking, because there was no bus. I have to walk here. So I was safe, thankfully, but can't guarantee this. So other than that, that's a wrap for today. Thanks for watching. Like always, take care. Bye bye. Ciao ciao.